That is such a good question that I'm not going to have a smart or eloquent answer for. But basically, my character, she tries so hard to constantly do the right thing, to not offend, to be as inclusive as possible. But I think what she ends up doing is constantly excluding herself and creating a target for herself to not feel like she fits in or belongs. And I think there's a theme there with it's going to be very high school, but like not taking yourself too seriously. I think that she definitely gets in her own way for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, just like you said, I feel like Chase very much brings sort of like a youthfulness and kind of like fun to the office. He's sort of there just because he's like on academic probation at Florida State, and his parents made like a huge donation to but yeah, I think Chase just like, he brings kind of like a fun energy with him. And the thing I love about Chase is he's just so like unapologetically himself, Yeah, I think it was just so much fun playing him. Personally, just in my own personal experience in my professional career, I've just had the pleasure, I don't know if I'm answering your question necessarily, but I've just had the pleasure of, working with such amazing people. Every project that I've worked on has been such a great experience. And everyone, I feel like I'm still so new to all this and I'm like learning as I go, but I'm definitely learning a lot about just what it means to be a good person and how to navigate this career path. And yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm really answering your question, but
I think right now in the entertainment industry, or just like if you are on social media at all, I think there is sort of this thing that's happening where everybody's constantly recreationally offended and everyone's constantly going out of their way to not offend, which then in turn causes more offense. And then everything becomes misconstrued and messy. And everyone's just trying really hard to not be a bad person. But it's sort of this like, it's like if you have a cold and you take every medicine possible to not get sick, you're probably going to get sicker. I think with social media in the entertainment industry right now, I think everyone's kind of adjusting to like what that means and what your relationship is with interacting with social media, because it's wild out there. It's lawless. It literally is the wild, wild west. And we don't know how to relate to it in terms of the entertainment industry quite yet. So it's all very chaotic and interesting,
Final question here.
That was the answer, Charlie. No.
No.
I have a really good one. And then, sorry, Charlie, but I was being interviewed for, I forgot what city it was. I want to say like a local Portland news station. And my father had just passed, and he was an actor and he was on the show General Hospital. And so they did a tribute episode for him after he passed, which was very special. But this news station wanted to interview me for talking about him, talking about the episode. I was more than happy to. So I was doing an interview with this woman, and at one point she goes, "Oh, well, I'm sure your dad loves all of your videos. And he that's just something that you guys, I'm sure, talked constantly about." And I was like, yeah, we didn't. He was very sick for a long time. And after a while, he couldn't really communicate the last couple of years. And then she goes, "Oh, okay. Well, hey, listen, I'm sure if he could, he would." And then it just ended, and it was so awkward. And I felt bad for her, like I was fine. And then the interview aired and it was completely cut to pieces, and it was harrowing for sure.